This is Bonnie, a female sulcata that has had a rough life. Her previous family rescued her from an animal shelter in Southern California 12 years ago and love her very much. They relied heavily on the information that they were given on social media and the internet in how to care properly for Bonnie. And the information that they got was terrible. I'll give you an example. Sulcata tortoises are not a species of tortoise that hibernates or brumates. That's the proper term for a reptile hibernation. Sulcata tortoises are from the southern edge of the Sahara Desert, but the grasslands. They are not a desert tortoise. The information that was given to them told them that what they were doing was right. And honestly, I think the reason why there's so much bad information on social media is because the people put their egos before the welfare of the animal. This family thought that everything they were doing was right. And when we told them that some of the things that they did were just not the best, they felt terrible. And so did we. But we thought that it was only fitting to let them know the right information. And the reason why is because for the rest of their lives, even if they never get another sulcata tortoise, anytime they're exposed to someone that does have one or is thinking about getting one, they're going to know the right information. And so hopefully that helps another tortoise from suffering. When they rescued her 12 years ago, she already had all this damage to her shell. This very smooth section here on the bottom portion of her shell is the 12 years that they had her. Some of the things that they were told that were acceptable or okay were just flat out terrible. One of those is giving your tortoise fruits as treats. Well, if chlorine bleach tasted like fruit, would you think of it as a treat? That's essentially what you're doing to a sulcata tortoise's gut flora when you give them fruits with high levels of sugars. Their digestive system and the flora of that system is not naturally designed to deal with very high levels of sugar. So essentially what you're doing if you do feed your sulcata tortoise fruits is killing all of the flora and bacteria of their digestive process or system. It's not much of a treat, is it? We guess that she's at least 20 years old. The previous family has had her for 12 years and all this damage was already there. So she must have been at least 10 years old before they got her. Now there's nothing we can do about this damage that's already been done, but we can prevent any future damage. One of the most common mistakes that people make when they're housing sulcata tortoises is temperature. They just don't understand that this tortoise is from the edge of a desert and naturally is not designed to ever deal with cold temperatures. If the sulcata tortoise is not warm enough, it's not going to want to eat properly or drink properly, and it's only going to suffer. And what that causes is the tortoise to not grow. Deformations in the shell, size issues with the legs or the bones or the muscles. Now, we don't know how big she's going to get, but we have a 20-year-old tortoise here that's nearly 200 pounds. She's going to get the opportunity to be with another group of female tortoises, no males, in an open space, in a temperature-controlled environment, house environment, and maybe for the first time in her life, be allowed to be a tortoise. A lot of people think that their Sulcata tortoise is brumating or hibernating because it is cold, when in fact, it's just the tortoise trying to get a little bit warmer. If it's cold outside and the tortoise digs a burrow, what else would you expect? Would you expect the tortoise just to sit in the backyard on the backyard lawn all winter long and freeze to death? Of course not. It's going to dig a burrow where there's a little bit more warmth and try to survive. We feel terrible when we have to tell families that love their tortoise so much that what they were doing wasn't the best. But the correct information is a big reason why we exist, or the lack of correct information. It's probably the biggest reason we make YouTube videos, is to try to help as many tortoises as possible from suffering, just like the tortoises that we have here at the rescue. She's about done with her bath, and we're going to put her in the group and see how this goes. This is exciting. I am excited. We're going to give this tortoise opportunities that it's never had, and a lifetime to enjoy those opportunities.